I think Instagram is broken. This image has over 97,000 likes on it. 97,000, and this account has just over 11,000 followers. This one has 88,000 likes on it, and this account has 9,400 followers. What is happening here? The other day I was actually on the Explore page, and you won't believe what I saw. Let me pull a few of these up here. I clicked into some of these images. Most of them had a ton of likes. Take a look at this first one here with 22,000 likes, and it's a good image. I like the edit on it and everything. Now, this Instagram user has 6,354 followers, and this image has over 22,000 likes. What? That's absolutely mind-blowing. So I kept clicking around here. This one here has over 51,000 likes on it, and this Instagram account has 9,300, almost 9,400 followers. So the like to follower ratio is like way off. I'm not knocking the photographer. It's a decent captured photo. I know for sure if I were to post an image like this, it would not engage this well. Now, I did look a little bit more at some of these accounts' other posts, and they had much lower rates of engagement than this one specific post, which tells me that Instagram simply took that one post and just pushed it and kept it on the Explore page to get a ton of engagement. It would be nice if they could find some kind of balance here, because at this point it just seems like this aspect of Instagram is kind of broken. So here's what I absolutely hate about social media right now, is you basically have to trick and hack the algorithms to show other people the content you've probably spent a lot of time on. I've definitely experienced this myself, and I've even made a video on how to get better engagement, specifically on Instagram. If you want to watch that, I'll link it up above, you can check it out. But even that video, as helpful as it might be, I personally hate that, for example, on my stories, I've got to do like a tap to edit thing. I've got to do some kind of engaging sticker poll just so the algorithm can push my stories to more people. At this point, you got to do a reel and set up your iPhone to do some BTS and then show the final photos. Why can't I just share cool photos? I wish these social media platform algorithms would reward creators for good quality creative content, but instead it's got to be that good quality creative content with like a masterclass attached to it. You got to show people from like A to Z how you made the content and the behind the scenes. Why can't I just be creative? Isn't that enough? I think all of this ties back to how popular TikTok is and the type of content that's on TikTok. It's a super quick, super short form, viral type of video with almost no relevance to creative quality content because it's not like trending. Now, I did do another video that's actually reacting to a lot of really cool and inspiring TikToks. So TikTok's not all that bad. You can definitely get inspiration from it, but it's just the type of content that you have to create nowadays it's much different than what it was. So part of that I understand I have to embrace, but there's another part of me that's like, I'll seriously spend hours and hours on a set of photos or a video or any piece of content, and if it's not following a certain photography trend, it's probably gonna flop. I know it sounds like I'm maybe complaining about something seemingly insignificant, but this is literally what I do for a living. I've actually been putting quite a bit more focus on building the YouTube channel, so if you're watching and if you're subscribed, that warms my heart and I really do appreciate that. But I found that YouTube really does actually focus on its creators and rewards them a little bit more for just actually creating really good quality content. Now, I will say, even on YouTube, you still have to give your audience a piece of value, something that's shareable and relatable. I've definitely spent hours and hours on some videos, like, oh my gosh, like 100+ hours to shoot it, to edit it, to score the music to it, for it to get like maybe a few hundred views, which, not that it's all about metrics, and maybe you're watching this video thinking like that's all I care about is like likes and views, but that is one of the most tangible ways to see like how good is this content performing. I mean, what is social media without metrics, without that immediate response relative to, well, how did my other post do? How many likes did that get as compared to the whole scope of posts that I've put out there. So I think metrics are okay. You can have unhealthy relationship with those metrics if your sense of worth and sense of value is attached to that. But all of that aside, as someone who is also a business owner and just loves to be creative, I view these numbers as a valuable tool to help push me in the right direction in terms of the content I'm creating. So there is a bit of a silver lining to this, at least with Instagram. It looks like they're going to be rolling out a chronological feed option for users this year. But it looks like that chronological order is going to be an option that users can choose. So they can either choose from the current algorithm or go to chronological, and maybe they can switch back and forth. I'm also kind of curious, what will people actually choose, and will that actually help overall Instagram engagement? So with all of these changes in mind, are people just scrolling through their feeds less? So I actually polled my audience to see what they do more when they use the Instagram app. Now, the first question I asked was, what do you do more of on this app? Scroll through your feed or watch stories? And roughly 60% said they watch stories, while 40% does more of scrolling through their feed. So that's still a pretty substantial number of people that are scrolling through feeds, but the majority of people are just watching stories. I definitely know that I'm spending a lot less time scrolling, and a lot of times when I get on Instagram, I'm just gonna tap through stories. It seems to be, just in terms of like the ergonomics of scrolling versus tapping, it's a bit more comfortable just to watch people's stories. The next question I was curious about is, if they had the option to choose between a chronological feed or an algorithm-based feed, which one would they choose? And roughly 80% of my audience said they would choose a chronological timeline, which is pretty remarkable. Just 20% would want to keep it as is. So that just goes to show you there's a lot of people that would prefer the old version of Instagram. If you're a creator, if you're someone who's in this space that's either doing social media stuff, photography, videography, working with brands, well, keep pushing through. There's lots of people on the app, which means, yes, it's oversaturated, but that also means you can carve your own niche. So keep at it, keep consistent. And also, you do have to give people value in some sense. I wish you could just post really creative stuff. And I've personally found that if I post something and I am truly happy with it as an artist, then that's all that matters. I think it's an important conversation to have with yourself. Like, am I doing this because I like to be creative? Or am I doing this for the gratification of likes and comments and views? I've definitely been down this road multiple times, and I know that I've always been someone who is obsessed with being creative. I love to create music, photography, videography. If I can do all of it at the same time, I'll do it. But I have found, if I'm being honest with myself, in the back of my head somewhere, that those metrics and those likes do come into play a little bit. Any person on social media, I think, would be lying if they said that some of those metrics and numbers don't actually have an impact on what they create. It's also interesting when you do this as a full-time job, that better engagement gets you more brand deals. It means you can charge more for brand deals. You're gonna wanna try and fight and do what you can to get better engagement. Anyways, that's just my rant on social media. And speaking of metrics, hit that like button for me, as well as the subscribe button. And also, if you need good music for any of your video projects, Mood Sound Design is just one click away. So hit the link in the description, check that out. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.